Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Limitless Season 5, the Skyblock edition. I'm really excited for today's episode because today we need to get started with some important things. Number one, everything we've done at this base so far, like all of this, has been more out of necessity than out of appearance or anything like that. And I'd like to fix that. Like, I don't want this to be the final look of my base at all. And in order to do that, we need to get some resources going. The first being, I don't want to keep building out of cobblestone, but I also don't want to keep mining wood in order to be able to get the stone variants. So at least we can make it look semi-decent or a little better. I've got some dripstone going, but we need some iron and some other resources as well. So we need to find a better way to get iron. We need to find a better way to improve the overall appearance of this base. And so we've got a lot of cool things that we need to get going here. And then what I desperately need, because I have not once yet slept on the server, is I need to get a bed quickly. And so let's go ahead and start off the episode with that. I don't have any shears because I don't have any iron. So we're gonna have to do this the old-fashioned way and just call the herd. And so yes, but I'm tired of the phantoms. They'll probably be chasing me even now. And so I am ridiculously tired of that. So let's go ahead and get a bed going, and then we will get started on the rest. All right, here we go. And let's come down here and let's get some wood, and we'll make ourselves a bed. About time. I'm so tired of it. I'm sure they're probably coming after me somewhere, or they will be soon. So let's do this quickly. All right, let's go ahead and grab this, and let's make a bed. Whew. All right, now we are able to sleep. Oh, finally. That is amazing. Now I've had my first night of sleep, and so that is awesome. I don't have to worry about phantoms any longer, and I can just go to bed whenever I need to. So that was the first goal. We have a lot left to accomplish, which means like I'd like to get a better mob farm going, maybe get a villager breeder, and maybe get a small little iron farm and lava farm going. I've got a lot of work to do, and I'm not trying to rush, but I do want to get some stuff going so we can improve on everything. So that's the plan for today, is kind of to get a lava farm going, get a better mob farm, and get an iron farm and villager breeder all in one episode. You think we can do it? We'll find out. All right, first things first, I need to clean this area up, which means I need to tear down the original mob farm. I'm not going to use this thing any longer. It was a great day one starter mob farm. The problem with it is it's just not as efficient as I want it to be, especially with the lava and stuff that we have now. I mean, sorry, the water, now that we have our bucket back. So that's the first thing I'm going to do, is just pillar all the way up to the top of this thing, tear it all down, save the blocks for my future mob farm that I'm going to be working on. So that's step one, clean up. And then I'll jump to when this is all finished, and we'll start working on our next mob farm. All right, well, the mob farm is all cleaned up. I also cleaned up a little bit of the area. Like, I had a villager here and a villager over there, and I put them all under one roof over here. What I'm probably going to do is get started on a villager breeder first before I make the mob farm, just so I can get that going while I'm working on the mob farm. And it'll kind of be twofold. The villagers will be being bred up so that we can start getting an iron farm going soon, and then over here we'll be working on our mob farm while the villagers are breeding. Knock out two birds. In order to do that, I am going to need to knock out my crop farms upstairs, which is kind of all right because I can still live off of sweet berries for a little bit. But with the crop farms going away, that will help me to get the dirt that I need for the villager breeder, so that when I do have all the villagers, I want to get like a regular villager breeder going. And so once I have all the villagers in there, then I can go ahead and start working on my mob farm. So that's kind of the plan. Next is villager breeder, mob farm, iron farm, in that order. So let's make some progress today and get some of that done. And I will jump to a time lapse of all of those so that you can see the progress. And then I'll give you an update after each one. Let's go ahead and jump right into it. All right, well, now I have the structure all made up, so we can see that I put a layer of slabs just below it, so that way if I decide to break the dirt, it just makes it easier to clean it up in the future. And I think that now that it's nighttime, this is going to be the easiest way to get the villagers in here, is just to let them path up to the actual farm itself. So I've taken out some fence gates, and then what I'm going to do is just bring them over here. Okay, this is a risky moment because I'm going to let them climb stairs. But I'm hoping that they will pathfind to the bed on their own. Yes. All right, we got the first guy in there. And then hopefully this guy will also pathfind to the bed. And then we can we can trap them in the little farm over there. So please pathfind. Okay, good deal. I was hoping he wouldn't fall off the edge or anything like that. So now we've got them both in there. I'm going to go ahead and break those beds, and we will have them in there. And then I put these trapdoors at the bottom because I didn't want to waste dirt. And then I thought, well, maybe I need to waterlog them as well, just to make sure that all the crops get water and that there's no issue with like blocks being here. I'm really hoping that that works and that I'm not breaking some sort of mechanic somewhere that will not allow me to do that. I'm also really worried about the rain, like right now. And so I'm going to sleep, but then I might go, so there's no thunder or lightning that's going to ruin my villagers, turn them into witches. And so then I might try and put a roof over this as well, a few blocks above. But yeah, for now I'm just gonna sleep to sleep that night away. But yeah, that's the basic structure. It's the simple, easy going, regular farm. So I'm just gonna swap that out for a gate for now, so that way I can get in and out. I'll break the beds. And then we will have the breeder going. So next is just to put the fall cage, and that'll probably go right here where the staircase is. Just for now, I have the staircase in place. But yeah, now that they're gonna start, I need to give him some more carrots as well. But now that he's gonna start being a carrot farmer, and then hopefully we will start to get some of that. So let me go ahead and give him these few carrots that I have. Hopefully that's going to be enough. I know he has 8 slots, but that should be pretty good. And then I totally threw them all on the ground. Let's try that again. Let's go with this and then give him all those carrots so that way he can have them as well. Of course, the other guy took them. So yeah, now that we'll get them going with the breeding process, and then I'm next going to put in a drop chamber. So we'll probably have it like right here, and then we'll pick them up right here, which may mean I need to extend this floor just a little bit further. But this will at least get a good start going for that. And then I'll put a roof on there, and then I'll show you the next step where I make the mob farm, and then we'll get going with that. So yeah, that's the villager breeder. It's got its little start right here. So hopefully everything works for that. All right, I did go ahead and put a slab roof over top of it. Hopefully that will be enough not to turn them into witches. It's my hope. And I already have my first baby villager, so that's awesome. And then I did put a staircase over on each side. I'm still finishing that up, but so I've got a place to grab them with a boat. I've got a staircase going and a roof over top of it, so it should be semi-secure. But ultimately, it's just there to while I'm around. So I did light it up a good bit. If you look at the light levels, everything seems to be pretty in good order, at least a light level 1. And the green is the slime chunk, so I made sure I didn't put it in any slime chunks where I would have to light it up a little bit more. But yeah, that's the villager breeder. And so now that we'll get some villagers and maybe we can get an iron farm going, next is to build this over here. I built this thing about 100 times. It was more for the I use the schematic more to help me with the not the like where location wise it's gonna be. So I made sure that I didn't put it in any slime chunk. I wanted part of it to be in a river biome, but part of it also to be in a jungle biome. I probably won't use this schematic because the person who made the schematic did not do a great job of it, because it's too short for the mobs, and so they won't fall and be one hit for most of them. And so I'll probably use my own version of that. But yeah, ultimately, like, I just wanted to see more placement than anything for the size of the project. And so yeah, this will keep going, and hopefully they'll get a bunch of little baby villagers while we're working on this over here. And then once we get this done, we can build our iron farm next, so we can have a good amount of resources around this area finally, so we can really get started with the game. So yeah, that's kind of the next steps and the goals. So that's what I'm going to be working on for the next little bit, is trying to get that all set up. So yep, I'll update you when I get this done, the big mob farm, and then we will go from there. All right, well, let's jump into a time lapse of the mob farm. Again, I use that schematic more to try placement, and the chest placement was also nice, but I don't have any hoppers yet. So we're gonna build a version of that similar, but not quite exact. And again, this is a starter mob farm. It's not meant to be the most efficient or the best one that we've ever made. It's definitely gonna be the opposite of that. It's not gonna be very great. And we will probably end up tearing it down later in the season. But for now, it's really what I need more than anything. And so I will build that up, and we'll jump into a quick time lapse. And then once I'm completed with that, I will show you the finished product. All right, let's jump right in. As Fitz would say, I'm a big dumb dummy head. No. No, I forgot to hit the start record button on the time lapse. So unfortunately, I didn't get any of this building. But essentially, I have right here is a kill chamber where all the mobs drop into. And then if you come up above, you've got 3 layers of mobs spawning space. So all of them will spawn. They'll try to pathfind. They'll end up pushing into the water, walking into the water stream. That water stream will then push them down to the bottom, and that's where I can kill them. So I've got 3 different layers for that. And then I put in the trapdoors so that way they can't see me until I'm in the place that I want to be, like walking up the stairs, they can't see me. And then I can go ahead and kill them right here in the kill chamber area. And then whenever I'm done, I just close those trapdoors, come underneath, and grab all the resources. Then I can come back up here and go at it again. And so yeah, that's basically it. There's not really much to this one other than just like trying to get the mobs to come out, and then you just go underneath and grab all the items. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So I'll be spending a lot of time here trying to. But as I was finishing up, I was getting the water stream that I used to go up and down. And unfortunately, when I did that, a skeleton still pushed into the water stream right as I was trying to come down, and he killed me in the water, which is unfortunate because I had my bucket on me. So I don't have my bucket once again. I lost it. So hopefully, by sitting at this mob farm some, I'll be able to get that bucket back. If not, we do have a good amount of villagers now while I was building this. So we've got a good amount. So we can probably work on our iron farm next as well, which will also be super helpful for grabbing that. So yeah, that's kind of the next couple things I want to work on, is just doing that. I could also just sit under here and eventually they would entity cram, and I could get the drops from that as well. But yeah, that's it for the mob farm. So now we have the villager breeder, the mob farm. The next thing we need to work on is gonna be our iron farm. So sorry, drew a blank there for a second. Our iron farm is going to be our next task that we want to get accomplished, and so I will be working on that next. I'm going to hit a couple mobs and see if I can't get any iron from them. If not, then the next thing I want to work on is that. But I'd really like to get at least a hopper. If I can, which is going to mean a lot of iron. So if I can get that at first, then I'm going to try and do that, and then I will work on the next steps. So yeah, that's the next plan, is to get that done. I might sit here for a little bit and just whack some mobs, essentially, until I get some iron, enough to make at least one hopper for the iron farm. But then once I get that going, then we can move on to the next stage. Well, I decided to make the iron farm on a stream instead of on a time lapse, and so we're gonna jump into a few clips, just showing you. But as you can tell from my armor, oh, should have hidden that. I had some good success with the iron farm, but a few failures along the way, and so we're gonna show you what we did after a few of those clips of what we were able to get accomplished on stream, and then we'll jump back and show you and explain everything that we were able to get done. Sneak preview. So let's jump into those clips now. All right, let's get the villagers in here first. And let's do the, I'm going to put this as solid, solid, solid. There we go. All right, so now let's try and get these villagers into these beds over here. Let me just grab a workstation. I might have to make one though. Let's just make a composter. That's the easiest one to make right now. And then let's grab a lead and get them a little bit closer before we start actually getting them out of their boats. Oh, no worries, Free Will. All right, don't be difficult. Nope. Where are you going, buddy? Oh, you're connecting to this right here, aren't you? Okay, let's take that out, and let's get you back over there. Villagers, am I right? All right, since you were linking to that one already, let's just get you out of the boat and see if you go there. Go on there, little buddy. Go on there, little buddy. Hey, there you go. Oh, you can jump up on that because I didn't put a full block over there. That's gonna be a problem. Maybe I need to put it up one more. That might be it. Yep. All right, back in there. Back in there. Yeah. And then let's take this guy and move it up 1 block. There we go. That should be fine. All right, I might just come in through the top. That might be easier. I don't know. That is kind of up to you. Yeah, I need 1 more, and then I do need some more slabs. Oh, I think I put my workstation in there. That makes me get more slabs. We'll just do this for now. All right, let's see if I can't get them in this way. North it is. All right, let me just make 1 more workstation. Need wood. I'm gonna grab this boat just in case too. Oh, I had wood. I needed more wood. There we go. Slabs. And now composter. All right, let's grab these guys over here and see if they will all link to the beds and the workstations on down here. Get my lead back. And then let's put 1 more composter in there and see if they see it. Oh, I'm so sorry. There, buddy. Come here. Let me introduce you to your new home. Yeah. It's right here. It's going to be great. They have a pool. They have a spa. It's all going to be wonderful. And yeah, there you go. Right in. All right. Now that we've got those guys in, we are in good shape. Let's go ahead and take this temporary section down. You'll have villagers, or you could just trade with somebody else for something that you do have. Look, I barely got to this point already. Normally, I would be at a much higher point in the game, but I'm not there yet. All right, now let's go in there while they're asleep, and let's snag these. All right, perfect. Now I need to get a zombie, so I'm hoping that I can clear the mob cap real quick and get a zombie. Oh. Oh, that's going to be fun. That's going to be very fun. Well, at least I got a zombie. Or 16. That was awesome. I forgot to put an extra torch down there. All right, let's see if I can't clean this up. All right. That's one way to get a zombie, guys. All right, now I need 2 trapdoors. Looks like I need 1 more slab. And then let's close those trapdoors. Perfect. Whew. All right. Now let's clean up the rest of this and make it so that that can't happen again. All right. That took way longer than I thought it would. All right. Let's get a block right here. And then a block right there. Oh, and I'm an idiot. I'm an absolute idiot. Okay. Well... okay. All right. I've got one zombie there. One. I think I can do this. No other mobs to get in my way. This is perfect. Golden. Let's see if I can do this. Oh, yep. Didn't think about that. It's not my first time playing the game, guys. I promise. No. No. I should have put the other one in place first. Okay. What? Oh, where did you come from, guy? All right. Let's see here. Let's do this guy. Open this, open this. Let's kill off one of those guys. All right. Now, come on, guy. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. Yep, that's about right. Oh, no. I'm seriously thinking this all through. Oh, no. Yes. Oh, this is getting out of hand. All right, gold guy. Yeah, I know. I know. I know. That's fine. Thank you. Actually, you saved me. Alright, now let's get this guy before his helmet pops. Into the boat. Into the boat. Yep, he did the same thing. Okay, let's block that off because I forgot to do that. And get him back up here. Come on, guy. Come on. I may have to kill some stuff. Because they have a potential to spawn in here, and I need to get my water back in place, but the only way to do that is to... Oh no! Why is it just sitting there? Okay, I'll fix that. I've got that second hopper, so that's fine. I need to... Yep, I knew that was going to happen. That's fine. I need to get my blocks. There we go, my blocks. Alright, so let's get this, and this, and this. And let's get some walls. That should be enough. Sir, can you let me up here? Alright, let's block this off. And block this off. And then let's get this out of here. Of course. This right here. And then, sir, can you stop being so difficult, sir? Thank you, sir. All right, let's get these walls, this last wall put into place. And then let's get the blocks out of here, block out of here, block out of here. Perfect. Let's replace this one with a hopper, just like so. So that way we can get that going. Alright, I might have a few issues, but as long as I can get the main pieces going, I can get more hoppers here in just a minute. So let's get this out of here. Let's see if we can take care of this guy right here. Alright, well that guy is gone. Let's make sure he can't spawn right there. Alright, hopefully that will be good. Let's see what we get. Yes. Alright, so now that he's spawned in there. Nope. Let's take out that one. Replace that with a slab. And then let's replace these blocks back. And then let's make sure that that picked up the iron. It did! I have an iron farm! It's a slow iron farm, but it's a starter iron farm. For me, this is like the worst of the starter iron farms that I've done. But it works, and that's what I wanted. It's a variation of waddles, but it will work for what I need for right now. I can now make another hopper, and I'll put it on that side, so that I can get some stuff going for it, but yeah. Whew. It'll be so good to have iron. Oh man, you have no idea. Now it's like I can unlock so many things with this. And we have an iron farm. So it is a fully functioning iron farm. It is working really extremely well. and I am really like loving the fact that we have iron. Because of it, I was able to make a lava farm. I got another source lava from Fred in a trade for a cauldron, and so now I have one source lava, and then I built it up and used all the dripstone from the trade I made with Copy and Mia to get the lava farm going. So that's been super awesome. I also made a small little furnace array, and now that I have hoppers, I could make something like this. And then I also added chest and hoppers and made this farm passive. So basically, I've just got some campfires, and the mobs will fall onto the campfires. And it's usually a few seconds. Yep. And then the hoppers underneath it will pick it up. And we've got a lot of resources from that already. And so, yeah, the hoppers have been great. The iron has been great. And now I feel like I can make some progression in the game. So just having hoppers is hugely beneficial for me in moving forward. So, yeah, I added in a few more chests just because this one was filling up when I was AFK just for a little bit during the day. And so, yeah, that's awesome to have more chests available for different places for iron to go. It's not the fastest in the world, but it works, so I'm not going to complain. And let's see if we can get our last copper that we need. Probably not, because he picked up the squid ink. But maybe. Oh, look at that on my ending of my recording. I needed one more for a lightning rod. That was so perfect. All right, let's see. I know I had two more. Oh, it's over here. I moved it over here. Whew. Okay. Yeah, 3. Look at that. I was able to make a lightning rod for my villagers. That's a huge accomplishment for me as well. And so, yay, I got a lightning rod finally. And so we can now put this over here and protect our villagers from any lightning storms, which is awesome. What a great way to end an episode. Anyway, that's going to do it for today's episode. And I hope you enjoyed. And if you would like or are interested in joining the Limitless SMP and you are a content creator, you can go on the website down below in the description. It has information on all of our other content creators. Go check them out, watch their content, and support our little server. It would be greatly appreciated. But yeah, and if you are a content creator and you'd like to join, you can apply, and it usually takes us a few days, and all that information is on the website as well. That's going to do it for me today. I hope you guys enjoyed and have a great week. We'll see you next week.